Most men don't lose their lives in one big collapse. They lose them one small compromise at a time. You hit snooze instead of getting up. You scroll when you know you should focus. You put things off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes next week. Discipline doesn't disappear with a bang. It leaks out in quiet moments. And by the time you notice, you're already owned by your habits instead of the other way around. I know that place because I've lived it. I've had seasons where everything looked solid from the outside, job handled, family cared for, responsibilities checked off. But underneath, I was drifting. I was busy, but not disciplined. Productive, but not present. It felt like control, but really, it was just me reacting to whatever was loudest that day. That's not discipline, that's survival. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Discipline begins right there, not with grand plans or perfect routines, but with choosing what you will and will not give your mind to. The world will scream for your attention, your phone, your boss, your own cravings. If you don't decide where your energy goes, someone else will decide for you. The Stoics didn't see discipline as punishment. They saw it as freedom. Freedom from being pulled around by impulses, moods, or other people's expectations. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the fight every man faces, not out there in the chaos, but in here, in the moment where you either choose your values or give them away. If you've ever ended the day exhausted, wondering where your time went, that's the cost of living without discipline. It's not that you didn't work hard, it's that your focus was stolen. You spent your strength on things that didn't build you. That's why this conversation matters, not because we need another motivational slogan, but because the difference between a wasted day and a disciplined day is the difference between drifting through life and actually owning it. So that's what we're doing here. This is about 10 Stoic truths that will help you stay disciplined even when life gets messy. They're not theories for a bookshelf. They're tools for men who need to hold the line, at work, at home, and inside their own heads. And if you're ready to stop drifting, let's step into it together.
Most men think discipline is about white-knuckling their way through life. Push harder, grind longer, and somehow you'll get there. But discipline in the Stoic sense isn't about punishment, it's about control. Not control over the outside world, but control over yourself. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake up and try to conquer the empire first. He started by conquering his own mind. That's where discipline begins. The first truth: discipline is choosing before the test. You don't wait until you're tired to decide if you'll train. You don't wait until you're angry to decide how you'll respond. You set the standard first. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Discipline is how you stop wasting. The second truth: distractions are chains. They don't feel heavy at first. One scroll, one episode, one excuse. But those tiny pulls steal your life in silence. A man who can't guard his focus will never guard his future. That's why the Stoics practiced awareness. The battle is lost the moment you don't notice you're in it. The third truth: values beat feelings. Feelings change every 5 minutes. Motivation comes and goes. If your discipline depends on moods, you'll never build anything that lasts. Epictetus taught that freedom only comes when you stop serving impulse. Discipline is standing on patience, courage, and honesty, no matter what you feel.
The fourth truth: anger is the enemy. Seneca called anger temporary madness. He was right. That's your own weakness making you pay. How many times have you lost days, even weeks, to one outburst? The strongest man in the room isn't the one who shouts. It's the one who refuses to be dragged into the noise. The fifth truth: regret is the tax of ignoring discipline. Every man knows the feeling of lying awake, replaying what he should have done. The Stoic doesn't live in regret, but he uses it as a mirror. Did you lose control today? Good. See it, learn from it, then show up tomorrow differently. That's how a man rebuilds himself, by stacking days he can be proud of. The sixth truth: laziness is more dangerous than exhaustion. Exhaustion means you pushed. Laziness means you never showed up. Look around. Most men stop living long before they stop breathing. They choose comfort, and comfort becomes a cage. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. The seventh truth: discipline isn't perfection, it's presence. It's not stacking flawless days, it's stacking honest ones. Days where you fought distraction, swallowed pride, and still acted in line with who you want to be. That's what builds an unshakable man. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it's the path to it.
The eighth truth: humility keeps discipline alive. Ego whispers, you're past this. But the Stoics knew better. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome and still wrote reminders to himself each night, not as a king, but as a student. A disciplined man never believes he's above correction. The moment you do, you start falling. The ninth truth: consistency beats motivation. Anyone can go hard for one day. Discipline shows up when it's boring, when it's thankless, when no one's watching. Seneca said, discipline strengthens the mind until it can't be shaken. Motivation fades. Consistency hardens. Stack enough days and you don't just build habits, you build an unbreakable man. The 10th truth: urgency is everything. Most men waste today because they think tomorrow is guaranteed. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect time or Monday or when you feel ready. Discipline acts now, because a man who understands life's brevity knows every day has to count.
Discipline doesn't live in theories, it lives in choices. So here are 3 small actions you can start right now. First, set one non-negotiable standard for your day. Keep it simple, something you'll do no matter what. Second, take 5 minutes tonight to write down where you held the line and where you slipped. Third, cut one distraction tomorrow. Just one. That's how discipline grows, one honest step at a time. I used to believe discipline was about big breakthroughs, going all in, proving myself in dramatic ways. But what changed me wasn't the big moments. It was stacking small wins, day after day, until the drift stopped. Looking back, those quiet choices carried more weight than any inspiration ever did. The truth is, you don't need more motivation. You need presence. The ability to see the moment when pride tempts you, when distraction pulls you, when laziness whispers. And instead of giving in, you choose differently. That choice, repeated, is what Stoicism calls freedom. Think of it like lifting weights. You don't grow strong by thinking about training. You grow by showing up and doing the reps. Discipline works the same way. Each rep is a choice to act on your values instead of your moods. Over time, those reps add up. They shape the man you become. But here's the part most men don't expect. Discipline doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. The storms don't stop. The noise doesn't fade. What changes is you. You walk into the chaos steady, anchored, because you're no longer being pulled around by every impulse or opinion. If you're tired of drifting, of watching your days slip away, you're not alone. Every man here has felt that weight. The difference is whether you let it chain you or you use it as a trigger to wake up. The Stoic path doesn't promise comfort, it promises clarity, and clarity gives strength. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present, showing up in the day you've been given with the tools you already have. A disciplined man doesn't waste failure, doesn't wait for tomorrow, and doesn't confuse comfort with peace. He takes the next step today. So here's my invitation. Don't walk this road alone. Stay with us, not as followers of a channel, but as brothers in the same fight. Men choosing virtue over comfort, strength over drift, and presence over distraction. That's what this space is for. If this conversation struck something in you, let it move beyond words. Take one action today, however small, and prove to yourself that you're still steering the ship. Stack those days, one at a time, until discipline isn't something you talk about, but something you carry. May you carry discipline into the noise, and may you walk steady with virtue as your anchor.